Flighters are officially the most terrifying thing of all of MLP. Spiders that can fly? No! No thank you! No! But aside from those horrifying creations, this was another really fun episode. It was nice to see the callback to Sleepless in Ponyville and confirmation that Dash is officially Scootaloo's big sister now. I mean, since Sleepless in Ponyville was always kind of unspoken, but now it's spoken. It's out there. It's open, and it's awesome. You just gotta believe this happened sometime after she met Rainbow Dash's parents. Probably not long after, actually. Still a nice little development for this episode. Also, it's nice they're bringing back the Scootaloo chicken meme, because she was just afraid of everything in this episode, wasn't she? Though, again, I don't blame her for the flighters thing, just ugh. But they did make for a nice setup for the girls to tell their sisters their stories. And I really do feel that each one of those stories would have spoken to them in a different way, so kudos to that, writers. I believe these are supposed to tie in or be references to the Guardians of Harmony comic, but I haven't read it, so I'm not entirely sure. But if it is, that's kind of awesome! I like that the story showed off 3 different time periods and cultures all around Equestria, and how they all mirrored our own culture, just like Equestria itself does. Also, Pony Thor's a thing now. And if he is in the comics, I really need to get around to reading those. There also seem to be Pony Japan, and of course, a Roman-inspired period. That one's less surprising given the flashback we saw in Hearthwarming Tale, but hey, nice cameo by Dragon Lord Torch there, who it seems wasn't the Dragon Lord yet there, so hey, continuity, we've got it. Now, the interesting thing about the Pony and Rarity story is Rainbow Dash reacted like she actually knew her. So, is she alive or not? I'm confused. Speaking of that story, though, I'm sure some pony around here will be happy to know the title Empress actually exists in Equestria. Although, I don't know how that works with all the princesses running around, but who knows at this point. Also, I was a little disappointed that Flash Magnus wasn't voiced by Vincent Tong. I really wanted that to happen. I mean, the joke just writes itself, you know? Yeah, I'm still gonna headcanon him being Flash's ancestor. Oh, and getting back to Rarity's story for a bit, I did like how she used the campfire and the cave wall to make shadow ponies as she told her story. But I want to know how. How did she do that? Hooves don't work like that. Also, when they're debating trying to get out of the cave, they have 2 unicorns there who have magic. They can levitate things. Or is that based on personal strength like muscles? Again, I don't know. But thankfully they were able to find their other way out of the cave and get to the place they were going to in a hurry, so yay! You know, for something that could have just been a bottle episode, this one really did provide a lot of insight to the potential past and other regions of Equestria. And if they are just stories, it is interesting to see what kind of stories and fairy tales exist in the world of magic. I hope we'll revisit these stories again sometime in the future, see if they are fact or fiction. At the very least, each one of those stories makes for an interesting premise for an episode unto itself. So I guess we'll just have to see what happens in the future. Or, you know, buy the comic. It's almost like this show was produced as a marketing tool, but nah, that's silly. Well, I'm gonna go muse over what these stories do mean for world building, and I hope you'll join me next week when I share more of my pony thoughts.